so many layers to this, but the initial deal, like when you heard last night, it looks like Jose Bautista is going to come back, and we've gone through all the different iterations of how he's going to come back to kind of realizing this thing is happening. Just your reaction, flat out, to Jose Bautista returning to Toronto.
This is like the senior prom is on the horizon, and you thought someone was going to come to you a month before, and the girl thought someone was going to ask them, and you're 3 days out, and you look at each other, and you're like, so what are you doing for the prom?
Right.
I'm thinking about going stag. What are you doing? Thinking about going stag. They don't want to go stag.
Right.
So they go together. This is what happened here. The Jays really didn't want this. Jose wanted way more money. This is a forced relationship. That's all this is. This is a forced relationship and a failure on both sides to get their job done. For Jose Bautista to show up at spring training, let's call this what it is, like we weren't going to play that clip. This is an embarrassment for Jose Bautista.
Yeah.
This is a huge, humbling moment, financially, ego, you name it, for one of the prouder guys in Major League Baseball. And I wonder what kind of Jose Bautista the Jays will be getting in 2017. Because you and I are of the opinion this is a one and done again. These mutual options in year 2 and 3, they're not going to hit them. This is saving face. This is looking good on a tweet.
So this wasn't plan A. This wasn't plan B. This wasn't plans. I mean, if you want to lay them out, it may be Dexter Fowler was in the mix to become a Toronto Blue Jay. When that didn't come through,
Charlie Blackmon, Colorado, a lot of Colorado
Andrew McCutchen, the circle back on Edwin Encarnacion once you realized that maybe you could get him for a lower price, and now Jose Bautista is in the mix. But when you look at what's left on the free agent market, is it a terrible move to bring back Jose Bautista as the corner outfielder that you were looking for?
Looking at it from a pragmatic view, no. This makes sense. Team has a need.
Even at $18 million?
Yes. Team has a need. They filled it. And they still have like $8 or $10 million to do something else between now and the start of the season against Baltimore.
Right.
There's still some wiggle room there. So from that aspect, you can't deny it's a fit. But this is one of those rare moments in sports where the BS meter on that press conference is going to be at 11. Because both sides are going to go in there holding their nose and trying to tell us, I want to be here the whole time.
But why are you worried about the BS meter?
I'm not worried about it. What I'm saying is this is exposed. Usually you hear that stuff and it's just garbage, but you can't really call anyone on it.
People care.
No, well, I think Blue Jay fans, there's a section of the fan base who are looking at this today going, I'd rather have had Edwin. I'd rather have had Edwin.
I think that's a big part of it, is that both sides misplayed. You don't have to worry about the BS meter because that's what it is. A bunch of people miscalculated the market and ended up where they are. Here's the Twitter poll that we put out there with the pending Bautista signing. Are you happy with the Jays offseason? 60% of those responding are still saying no. But back to my point, you are where you are. And if you like having that as your corner outfielder, you're going to put Mark Trumbo there? Who else is out there that you thought was better? It is what it is. If you took a run at Andrew McCutchen and it was going to cost you what little prospect capital you have left.
The only good prospects you had left.
All of the good prospects. Then that's what it was. Is Jose Bautista better than Andrew McCutchen if it cost you that much? Or if it costs you $18 million for 1 year of Jose Bautista. Like, that's the part of the equation that people, they don't even take into consideration when they're in a spot. No one's taking into the equation if you went out and got McCutchen, if you went out and did a trade. What the hell does this team look like a couple of years down the road? Like 2 years down the road.
Well,
never mind one, 2 years down the road. I know you have aspirations of making the playoffs, but how long is Estrada going to be good? How long are you going to have Estrada? How long is Happ going to be good? How long are you going to have Happ? Never mind what's going to happen with Donaldson. Never mind what you have to pay for Tulowitzki and Russell Martin. There are a lot of questions about this team, and if you don't remember, the guys that were just brought in have nothing to work with, and they can't just look at this season. There's a lot of Blue Jays fans just looking at this season and screaming and yelling for Eddie and Jose. And I'm sorry, but that's not your GM or your president's job. Those jobs are to look forward and make sure that you're not screwed in 2 years. And I'm telling you, if you had made a deal, you might have been screwed for the next 2 years because you're already paying a crap load of money. And still, we can look at what they need. Left-handed relief pitching, backup catcher, maybe some starting pitching depth. Still got to spend some money, and they're already at about $155 million.
I don't understand what's going on here. Because everything you just said, left-hander, speed, switch hitting, all that stuff.
Oh, they said they wanted at the start of the offseason?
What the hell is going on here? Kendrys Morales is the only guy. You can make the argument from the left side of the plate. He's a 300 hitter left side last season. He's the only guy that's filled any of those needs for you. You're still slow. You're still right-handed. You're still shoddy defensively. Steve Pearce has played 100 games in the majors once in his career. Once. You have no lefty. You have no backup catcher. And it's it's January, whatever it is. The entire team has their first workout a month and a day from now. There's time.
Yeah.
There's time to get it together. We have to acknowledge that. It's incorrect not to. But we're not early anymore. And other teams have needs too. Yeah. And I'm wondering where the talk was after the season when you got rolled by Cleveland and you knew exactly what kind of team you wanted to this.
Not sure what you said.
You pushed Siri.
Let me ask her. How can the Jays improve their lineup for 2017? Okay, we're fighting. Siri and I are fighting.
Push the button down.
Sorry. At least Antonio Brown knows how to use a phone.